being here for our monthly workshop. And I was messaged by some. It was discussed in our previous meetings about this meeting being both the workshop and the commission meeting due to next week's holiday. And everybody have a busy schedule next week, and we didn't want to jeopardize not being able to have quorum or to have the attendance of you from here in Spring City. That being said, during Thursday, June 25th, 2026, it is right now 5:35 p.m. The Spring City Board of Commissioners at the Spring City Police and Fire Building will be holding our monthly workshop. The agenda is as follows. Number one is discussion and proposal of resolution R 2026-35, a resolution appointing members to the Audrey Pack Memorial Library Board of Trustees. Resolution number R 2026-36, resolution appointing members of the Audrey Pack Memorial Library Board of Trustees, whereas appointed as needed for the Audrey Pack Memorial Library Board and Trustees for a term of beginning January 1, 2026, and whereas the Town's Commission desires to appoint and reappoint members to assure continued service on the Board of Trustees. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the Town's Commissioners of the Town of Spring City, Tennessee, as following. Section 1, appointments. The following persons will hereby appointed and reappointed to the Audrey Pack Memorial Library Board of Trustees. The members are Chris Anderson, first term, Aaron Sanchez, second term, Kim Johnson, second term, Karen Leahy, unexpired term of Leanna Yancey, Jonathan Roberts, unexpired term of Alma Marchetti, and term begins July 1, 2026, and therefore the first term will end June 30th, 2029. Second term will end June 30th, 2029. Second term in June 30th, 2029. The unexpired will end June 30th, 2027. And the other unexpired will end June 30th, 2028. Section 2, effective date of this resolution to take effect immediately upon its adoption. Adopted by the Town's Commissioners of the Town of Spring City, Tennessee, of this 25th day of June 2026.
Can I just add one thing to that?
Yes, ma'am.
My term, 3-year term, ended in June. So after the election and a new group is sworn in, then somebody from this board will be appointed to that committee. Trustees.
But you are good inside on the actor.
So my term ended in June, wasn't it?
We won't meet again until August.
You still got to keep that seat, please. Pretty please. Again, exciting things. Cupcake.
You heard him say he's gonna buy.
I know that, that's why I said he's running. You ain't getting no cake.
Maybe ice cream, what do you think, guys?
Ice cream work too. Hey, I went to the doctor and they told me I could give you anything I want from that. Hands off. Never believed I never hear my A1C was too low. 4.6.
Well, that ain't too much.
So I guess we're going out for ice cream after.
They say that to me. Said we would.
He gotta wait till he gets his money check.
So our big check, maybe the topics.
Okay. All right, then number two, discussion of proposed ordinance number 2026-8, an ordinance of the town of Spring City restricting through truck traffic on Piccadilly Avenue. Would you care to elaborate on this, sir?
Yes, sir, I sure will. What we've done is we've done some research on through traffic on Piccadilly, and as you all know, we just did a lot of repairs on Piccadilly. It is a road that, according to the state highway department, has in 2025 on average 1,990 vehicles a day go across it. We would like to restrict through traffic of large trucks over 2,000 pounds that are cutting through. They need to take the cloverleaf for the bypass and get off of our road. We spent a lot of money on it, they're tearing it up, and we wanna keep it looking nice, and either way, the road's gonna tear up, but at least this way, we're trying to make an effort to keep the, large trucks off of it. If they're doing deliveries, school buses are fine, delivery, Amazon package deliveries are fine. If you're doing a wood delivery, you're fine, but it's cutting through when you're going up, through onto, 68. So we're proposing a ordinance to, put a sign up that would be a, local ordinance that would be able to enforce 10,000 pound weight limit on Piccadilly Avenue for, through traffic of trucks over 2,000 pounds.
And using the bypass, that's a state road, so the state is responsible for that.
Yeah, but people do come across there to stop at the post office, and they stop at the bank
Oh, yeah.
when
Well,
they're using it, when they're in their trucks.
I'm talking Big Creek.
Well, that's what I'm talking about too.
Mhm.
They do stop at the post office, they do stop at the bank, so what you want them to do, come all the way around and, park in front of your police department?
There's really not a place to park in front of the bank.
They pull on the side.
We're talking about trucks that are passing through.
Like
You got,
truck-
you got business, but you're just passing through going to, wherever, we don't want them on the road, we want them taking the actual road that was designed for them.
But you was talking about restricting big trucks. I mean, if they got business at the post office, you can't
Does
really,
a tanker truck have business at the post office?
if he's, banks there, or if he's one of,
But that's, I'm sorry, it comes down to our roads, your tax dollars. I have fussed and jumped up and down with county commissioners over this one thing. You have these people that sells all this pulpwood and stuff, and have log trucks runs the county roads. Why can't the county put a resolution in to vote to charge them a tax for road damage? Your tax money is paying for that road they tear up. I mean, how bad was the road when you lived out the country at one time because of the big trucks running on? Pretty bad, but
Will the police department enforce this order?
did we get signs? Yes, ma'am.
And on section 2 of it, to use your mind, it says, for purposes of this ordinance, through truck traffic means truck or commercial vehicle using Piccadilly Avenue without an origin, destination, delivery, pickup, service call, loading, unloading, or other lawful business purpose on Piccadilly Avenue or property directly accessing Piccadilly Avenue. So if they're just passing through, going from another town to another town using our roads, just take the bypass is all we're asking.
okay, well, see, you didn't say that.
Yeah, finish the report.
No, that's right, you didn't say that, so I wanted to know.
Well, I'll read through the ordinance. It says, whereas Spring City has the authorization to regulate traffic on municipal streets under the jurisdiction of protection of the public health, safety, and welfare, and whereas Piccadilly Avenue is a municipal street located within the town of Spring City, and whereas for residential and local traffic, and whereas the Board of Commissioners finds that through truck traffic on Piccadilly Avenue may increase the safety concerns increase where on the street and create conflict with residential traffic, and whereas the Board of Commissioners desires to restrict through truck traffic on Piccadilly Avenue while allowing the local deliveries, emergency vehicles, utility trucks, municipal vehicles, sanitation vehicles, school buses, vehicles serving properties and owned or directly accessed from Piccadilly Avenue. Therefore, be it ordained by the Board of Commissioners of the Town of Spring City, Tennessee, as follows. Section 1, no tractor, trailers, semi-trailers, commercial vehicle, or other vehicles with a gross vehicle weight rating over 10,000 pounds shall use Piccadilly Avenue as a through route. Section 2, for purpose of this ordainment, through truck traffic means trucks of commercial traffic using Piccadilly Avenue without an origin, destination, delivery, pickup, service, call, loading, unloading, or other lawful business purposes on Piccadilly Avenue or properties directly accessible of Piccadilly Avenue. Section 3, this ordinance shall not apply to emergency vehicles, law enforcement vehicles, fire department vehicles, ambulance, municipal vehicles, utility vehicles, sanitation vehicles, school buses, vehicles making local deliveries or pickups, vehicles providing fuel, propane, repairs, construction, moving, or other lawful services to properties on the direct access from Piccadilly Avenue, or vehicles otherwise authorized by the town. Section 4, the town shall post appropriate traffic control signs giving notice of this restriction. The signs may state no truck through / local deliveries only, or similar language approved by the city manager, public works director, or chief of police. Signs shall be installed in ordinance of the application of the traffic control standard. Section 5, the Spring City Police Department is authorized to enforce this ordinance. A violation of this ordinance shall be punishable by a civil penalty up to $50 for each offense, together with a court cost for applicable, applied. Section 6, with if any section supersedes sentence, clause, phrase, or portion of this ordinance is held invalid, such discussion shall not affect the validity of the remaining portion of this ordinance. Section 7, this ordinance shall take effect after the final passage of the public welfare requirement. The passage of the first reading is 25th day of June 2026. That cleared up a little bit, Mark?
Yeah, you didn't say that first.
Third, discussion of proposed ordinance of the 2026-9, an ordinance amending the town of Spring City waterway fee schedule to add a fire line tap fee. You like to explain this?
Yes, sir. Now, this one is, we've been doing some looking through the charter and the municipal code, and one of the things we found is that there is no fire line tap fee. So that means that if you were to tap in to a water system for a 6-inch water tap in order to do a fire line, now when I say fire line, I mean sprinkler system in a building. So it'll be a pretty large building that gets a 6-inch, fire line, not a fire hydrant. So if you were to do a 6-inch tap currently, under how the municipal code is written with fees and the water and sewer system charges, it'll be $75,000 for a 6-inch tap. So that's basically what you're buying with that is a system development fee. So basically, a 6-inch tap with a 6-inch meter and a 6-inch pit would be used for about 1,000 gallons a minute of water. So you have to do a system development fee to take that expansion that you would potentially have at the water plant throughout the years of many of those coming in, an upgrade would have to happen, and so that customers wouldn't pay for it, the developer would pay for it for what they use. They're paying for their piece of the pie, and that's called a system development fee. And that's in a 6-inch, water tap fee. But after discussion with it, we realized a 6-inch fire line doesn't need a system development fee because it doesn't really flow at 1,000 gallons a minute continual, which is what a 6-inch water line would be for processed water. Fire lines, sprinkler systems, they just hold the water. So they're not really using the capacity of the water plant is how we felt. So we did a new fire line tap fee schedule so that they wouldn't be charged $75,000 for the system development fee because we don't feel that it's necessary. So basically a 6-inch line would be $7,000. And they would, of course, provide the meter, the developer would, any backflow preventions or any running it to their facility. And then a 4-inch line would be $6,000, a 3-inch line would be $5,000, and a 2-inch line would be $4,000. And that would be for a fire line. We just felt that the $75,000 was for the system development fee, and we figured this isn't really using water, it's holding water, so that fee shouldn't apply to them. So we came up with a whole fee schedule for sprinkler systems, basically for businesses or companies that needed a sprinkler system, so.
So this does not apply to, residential houses, is that correct?
You built a big enough one, it could.
I mean, how big would that be? How many bathrooms?
Oh, well, it really depends. So different states or counties have different regulations on sprinkler systems. I once had a house lived in a county that required sprinkler systems inside of houses, and it was like I think it was like a 1-inch. It was a 1-inch that went through the house with sprinklers in it. That county required sprinklers in houses.
So that would just be justified to sprinklers, not applied to number of bathrooms or
Nothing to do with,
nothing to do with bathrooms.
most of the time residences don't get sprinkler systems unless there's like a rule or a law that makes you do it. And there's none that I know of here. This would just be for commercial buildings and industries, and it would be, instead of a $75,000 charge, which includes system development fee, it'll be a $7,000 charge because there is no system development fee.
Yeah, I think there was some confusion about that.
Yeah, this one hit the internet, man. People were crazy over it. They're like charging us for air and stuff, and it's like, if I could figure it out, I would, but, no, I'm kidding. But 75,000 versus 7,000, we figured was a pretty good deal, so, but nobody called to ask, they just wrote, and I don't know. We do what we can do to help.
You don't have the sprinkler
Do
system.
you know if the, like multifamily housing, does that require sprinkler
Apartment
systems?
complexes just might.
Like duplexes or
Duplexes,
apartments or
duplexes may not, but apartments might. I'm not quite sure. It depends on the,
number?
yeah, just depends.
I just vaguely remember something from years ago.
Yeah, because sprinklers aren't really designed to save the property, they're designed to save lives, so it depends on how many people live there, I guess, or. That's all that is, we're just setting up what we feel is a fair sprinkler system tap fee.
Ordinance number 0-2026-9, an ordinance to amend the town of Spring City waterways fee schedule to add fire line or tap fee. Whereas the town of Spring City has adopted a water and wastewater fee schedule, established a tap fee for the system development charge for connecting to a municipal water system, and whereas the town's commissioners find it necessary to appropriate to establish a specific tap fee application to fire line connections used for fire protection purposes. And whereas the town's commissioners desires to adopt a fire line tap fee schedule in order to ensure proper cost recovery and proper administration of the municipal water system. Now, therefore be it ordained by the town's commissioners of the town of Spring City, Tennessee, that Section 1, a fee amendment to the town of Spring City's water and waste fee schedule is hereby amended to add a fire line tap fee as a new fee category. Section 2, fire line tap fee schedule. Fire line tap shall be assessed fees based on fire line size set forth below. 1 inch would be $3,000. Inch and a half would be $3,500. A 2 inch is $4,000. A 3 inch is $5,000. A 4 inch is $6,000, and a 6 inch is $7,000. Section 3, meter costs and approvals in addition to the fire tap line fee. The customer shall be responsible for the full cost of the fire line meter, including purchasing, testing, and any required backflow system or additional accessory. All fire line meters must be reviewed and approved by the town of Spring City prior to installation. Section 4, installation costs in additional to the fire line tap and meter costs, and customer shall be responsible for all actual costs associated with installation, including labor, materials, equipment, and required connection to the water main. Section 5, use restrictions. Fire line taps are for fire protection purposes only and shall not be used for domestic or commercial water consumption. Section 6, effective date of this ordinance shall take effect immediately upon its adoption and shall be incorporated to the town's official fee schedule. Passage of this first reading is this 25th day of June 2026. Number 4, proposal of ordinance number 2026-10, an ordinance to amend the zoning ordinance of Spring City by adding provisions for demolition permits. Look, I'm reading the first partial paragraph of this. An ordinance of number 2026-10, an ordinance to amend the zoning ordinance of Spring City by adding provisions for demolition permit. Now, whereas the town of Spring City has adopted a zoning ordinance for the purpose of promoting the public health, safety, and general welfare, and whereas the demolition of structures, if not properly regulated, may create unsafe conditions, negative impact neighboring properties, and result in belittling and the unstable sites. And whereas the town desires to ensure that demolition activities are conducted in a safe manner and that properties are properly restored following the demolition, and whereas the town's future desire to coordinate demolition activities with the existing zoning, floodplain, and property maintenance regulations. What this is the town has never had anything in writing to effect demolition. That was brought up and concerned by some citizens, so now it will be put in the town's ordinance book for anyone to see proper procedures that need to take place during the demolition process inside the town of Spring City. Number 5, a proposed job description for the new part-time community development and tourism coordinator position. Already, the fiscal year 2026 and 2027 budgeted position.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Mayor. This is a position that we've been talking about for some time now. We budgeted inside of the 26-27 budget to move forward with it. That budget starts up July 1st. But this position is going to be as a community development and tourism coordinator. It'll be a part-time position of about, I believe, 12 hours is what I think we're going to have budgeted for this position. They're basically going to assist with community development, downtown promotion, tourism. You know, as everybody knows, there's two levers that municipality can pull when it comes to getting money. One is through taxes and one is through tourism. And we want tourism to come in and leave their money with us and enjoy their time here. And that's what this position is going to help us with.
Where's this money coming from?
The general fund budget. It's basically from just the revenues that the city gets from local share taxes and property taxes, from fees and fines, pretty much everything together goes in one pot and it gets chopped up into a million little pieces. And this will be around $12,500 that'll come out and hopefully will help our city get more business, more industry, more notoriety.
That's a year, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
$12,000.
You never know.
You never know.
I mean, look, what we've been spending out.
Oh, and this position, I don't need any action on, I just wanted to bring it up publicly so everybody knows what we're up to, so that we're, transparent. This is really a day-to-day operation that the city administration does on its own, you know, the hiring and everything, but I wanted to bring it up so that everybody knows about it, and y'all can look at the job description, add anything or take anything away. It is, gonna be a really good position.
So
It don't need to be voted on, then the commission has to vote whether you want to hire some
What was
new
it?
position.
Not to
can't
my-
hear you,
not-
what you said.
Not to my knowledge,
That's just up to the city manager,
he's in charge of day-to-day for hiring.
time, they say, that's a new position. Never been there before.
Yeah, I think when they approved it inside of the regular budget, it was in there as part of the thing. It was inside the budget, so when they approved that, they approved it.
Is it 12,000 a week?
No, a year.
Yeah.
a year.
I'll take it.
Year.
I mean, 12, is it 12 hours a week or 12 hours a day?
Oh, no, man.
No, nobody works 12 hours a day, do they?
No,
Some people do.
it's a part-time position, it's 12 hours a week.
12 hours a week.
Well, just scanning through some of this, I can see a couple major benefits is that, this person will help with maintaining and distributing public information through newsletters, flyers, websites, social media, signage and other, et cetera, stuff like that. I think right now it's, what is it, city manager, or, you know, different people are trying to keep the website and like our This is Free City page and all that. They have other jobs that this person is able to take that job off of them, that would free them up to do other stuff. And I know that takes somebody that knows what they're doing and can do it well, because I do a little bit on Facebook.
So how y'all gonna fill this position?
We'll advertise for it, do interviews, and we'll find the best candidate.
Do you want? You want to apply?
I noticed that, one of the things listed is, assisting with grant research. And I think that would be a positive thing. Because we all want grants.
And we have some downtown grants that we're applying for right now, taking up for that.
You got any questions?
So, do you need a motion?
No, I'm sorry, I apologize. At this time, we have, on take time in this meeting before we adjourn, to do something. Vice Mayor Bauer, in my absence, she had, her and others went down to the forced groundbreaking. I had been invited, but my daughters called me and said, Daddy, we bought tickets and we're taking you to Bristol Motor Dragway for Father's Day, and it's gonna be this coming up weekend, so any plans you got, just got canceled. Family first. So I had to start digging, and I had to call Mr. Dunn and tell him I needed to. I approved it by him first. I said, I'd like to send Vice Mayor Bauer. This is gonna be her last term serving as the Spring City Commissioner, and it's no more honorable for me to pass this hat off to her in her last round as being a commissioner for the town of Spring City. Talked with her, she had to have a discussion, I know she win, but she called me back, she said, I'll do it. I called Mr. Dunn, said, hey, she told Chuck where he was going, what's going on, so she's gonna be yours for Saturday morning. And I appreciate her doing that, so at this time, Ms. Bauer, the floor is yours.
Okay, well, thank you for letting me be the representative and honor to represent Spring City for, at this event. We have a couple of things here, and sorry, I have a sore throat. We have a couple of things to present, but there's the break, you wanna see what the program was like? It tells the different speakers, and we've posted different pictures from the event. They are doing, bricks and different things that you can, if you wanna, give information. This is for not just veterans, but also first responders. There's information, we can have that at the city, and, Robbie took some pictures for us. I was representing, the mayor there as vice mayor. We also had our city manager and Robbie Harvey, who is our chair of our Spring City Tourism and Events, and also was the president of the Spring City Chamber. So here's a couple of pictures from that event. So we can, I don't know if we want to frame them, but we also, these two have to help me with something too, so. We have a gold shovel and a hard hat that came from this event to commemorate the event, and afterwards I'm gonna get, the two of them to sign this, and if we can find someplace to put this up, just showing that Spring City is part of the greater Wright County community, that we support our veterans and first responders and everything, so I thought that was cool. So this is one of the honors I've been able to do over my tenure as city commissioner. Also someplace, there's another shovel that's engraved from the groundbreaking of, the R&D center at Lazy Boy. I'm not sure where it's ended up, but I managed to acquire one of those too. Pardon? I don't know, it's here someplace, but, so anyways, that's-
You think public works gonna steal that old shit? Come on.
well, we managed to figure out, to get one of these without, thought that was kind of a cool thing to be able to show our support of our community, so.
And on that note, I'd like to bring it before the commission. This is a county-wide veterans memorial park that serves for our veterans and for our first responders, police officers, firefighters, etc. You can purchase a brick, I think it's $125. Yes, $125 for a 4-inch by 8-inch brick engraved. Each municipality in Ray County has made a contribution toward this park. I don't know if you've seen the actual, blueprint that they have, had proposed of what this should look like after it's done. They've got a replica that I don't know. I will try to reach out and see if any of them will be at Veterans Park and just to show it off, and also sell bricks going to shape the lake. But each municipality has, yeah, what's it? It's, has made a contribution, and, I'd like for commissioners to consider making a contribution to this, memorial. And we will have a granite Spring City plaque placed in one of the columns. That is gonna be in the center by the swinging bridge, you know, that little island that water parks and goes around down there.
There's a triangular
track.
piece of
Triangle,
property.
yeah.
Near the dog track, the dog park and all that, and the farmer's market.
To access it, when it's finished, to get to it, you have to go across the swinging bridge. Right now, they've got it diked off where they can drive equipment across to do the construction and all that.
I wish they could have put it closer to us,
Some more central.
so it's always like, it seems like it's always days.
Well, it was a very neat moving event. They had a lot of different speakers and, heard a little bit more of the history of a lot of stuff and our different veterans in our Ray County, so. Anything else you wanna add, Robbie? They did a wonderful job taking pictures. Show them their looking.
Lots of fun.
It was very hot.
They've been talking about this for some time,
Yes.
I remember seeing that picture
They,
some time ago.
they have been working on it, and, they, sent me pictures, they kept me updated as the ceremony went on. And, the last time Philip sent me a picture, Robbie, Thomas, and Jody, he took one. He said, boy, it's awful hot. I'm afraid you got air conditioning.
It was hot.
Is this where we talk about our other award that we received?
Yes, ma'am.
And also,
Before you move forward with it, would you all like to do a motion to do the $5,000 to purchase the granite piece as a, move it onto the agenda for the 7 o'clock meeting?
That's fine.
and this, really can't see it, really, my picture's not. If you come up here later, I can show you this, it'd be something like this, that there's a post with our, maybe a plaque on it.
Yeah.
Had you seen it? You were there. Okay. Next. Okay. Next, as you probably all know, we've, had our Laurel Days festivals, you know, our little fish that's, found only in the waters up here in Spring City. The day before we did the groundbreaking, a number of us went to the Chattanooga Lookouts game, and we were honored with a conservation award. And, Robbie was there, and several others were there from our families were there, but, we received from the Tennessee Aquarium, a conservation MVP award was presented presented to the town of Spring City. Like I said, we were there to represent all of Spring City. And it was an appreciation for supporting the conservation efforts to save the Laurel Days and proclaiming Spring City as the home of the Laurel Days. So we got to be on the field, and several of us were thinking, okay, there's gonna be a lot of communities or something, but it was just us, which was like, I thought was really cool. So we got to go, so, and then we have, Robbie printed out some pictures, and we got pictures with Laurel, our mascot, and then, what's his name? Louis. But this is several of us there that were representing Spring City and several of the other people, from the Tennessee Aquarium, and what they were, we'll have these out so you guys can take a look at them. But we were even on the big Jumbotron thing, which we didn't know because we were getting our picture taken. So that was really cool. I've never been on the big Jumbotron, so, or whatever, is that what you call it? If it's not, I made it up. So that was really cool. So you can take a look at those. But it was just Spring City that was honored that day, which was pretty cool. And then they had groups from all kinds of different other conservation groups that were there. Tennessee Aquarium, the Tennessee Conservationists, TVA, TWRA. Like if anybody went to the Laurel Days Festival, and you saw the big fish tank that was there, Chuck really liked that, he thought that was fun. And there's at least 2 booths with people from the Tennessee Aquarium. And you know me, I try to find extra stuff that I can bring home. So I got a whole pile of these. These are if you were in the race for the Laurel Days, they were giving these out to the participants. So I got one for you guys. And I have a few extras. And also as part of if anybody goes to like the welcome centers or different places that you can find out information about Spring City, they had these magazines out. This is for May and June, and inside of it is like 4-page article about the Laurel Days, and it's very informative. I read it sometime in the last couple of weeks, and it's like, oh, I didn't know that. So, which is really kind of cool for our little town to be recognized out of all the cities in southeast Tennessee for, our conservation efforts for this little fish. I thought that's definitely an honor to be there and to be representing you. And the guy that was one of the people that was here for the conservation group, he was talking about they're getting ready to change over the booklets into the July, August. So I asked him if he could send, as they pick them up and try to figure out what to do with them, like send them to Spring City. So hopefully someday we'll be getting a box with more of these, so if anybody would like one. Keep checking with our city manager. So I guess we will pass that along. And again, these are some more pictures of that event too. So it's been fun. 2 days in a row and 2 hot things. We were glad for air conditioning. So I think that's all we had so far.
I'd like to say thanks for being available to participate. That shows that we don't go totally unrecognizable. But Clean Currents had been running advertisements on Channel 9, where they go into there and clean up springs and places. The Laurel Days had been on there several times, and they bring up Spring City and a picture of the nature park of where they had their run, walk, and that celebration day.
And as you know, I have different earrings, and I've been trying to get some ear, kept saying they needed to get earrings, so, or socks or stuff like that for the Laurel Days. So one lady that was giving them out, I missed her, but then later on, I said something to a lady that had them, I was like, "Oh, I've been looking for them." So my new best friend Stephanie from the Tennessee Aquarium took her earrings off and gave them to me. So now when I wear my Walter Bay shirt, I can have earrings that match. And we're hoping that they're gonna have more swag at the next event and maybe socks that are Laurel Day songs. If you have any other ideas, I'll pass them.
Appreciate y'all. Number six. Okay.
Well, so I guess we make a motion to adjourn. What do you do?
Yeah, I agree.
Motion back. That's great. Six forty-five.
So we have a break if anybody wants to come and look at the pictures and the article.